Hi, Ariane here, the co-founder of WeddingMix by StoryMix Media. Today, this is the fourth installment of the 10 Key Wedding Moments series, where I'm talking about different moments from your wedding that you might want to capture on video so you can relive it on your anniversary. Now, these are my moments, but I want you to really watch the tutorials and think about your own moments and the things that are special from your own wedding. And leave in the comments below if you want me to film how to create this part of your wedding, like whatever it is, part of your honeymoon or your cake tasting, like how to film it. I'm happy to do that. We'll create a tutorial. I'll even make my social media manager, Claire, pretend to be the bride. And we'll film these things for you. So for today, it's the DIY wedding dress. For my wedding, I decided to make my own wedding dress because I had big budget dreams for my wedding dress and teeny tiny DIY budget. I had a $500 budget. So I spent it all on really nice fabric and probably a $10 pattern and learned how to sew. One of my good friends actually gave me a book on how to sew. She knew how to sew, but she wasn't going to do it for me. And I learned to sew and made my wedding gown. Now, you might think this is something that wouldn't be interesting on video, but let me tell you, trying to cut 19 yards of tulle, it was crazy. Or how to actually sew a hem on a wedding gown. You have to do it while it's hanging up and basically you're sitting inside of it. These things would all make great video. Just to relive, little snippets of it. Included as part of the wedding video, the lead up to the wedding video. So if you are making your own wedding gown, I would say the parts to capture on video would be unrolling all of the fabric. Like seriously, where do you fit 19 yards of tulle in your house? So get a close-up of you walking the length of this crazy tulle. Or even dumb stuff like dressing up like a mummy in your tulle. So you want to capture yourself cutting out the fabric, ironing, because there's just endless ironing that's involved with this, sewing the hems. And one of the most memorable moments for me with my wedding gown was actually, so when you make a wedding gown, you sew the bodice part separately from the skirt, and it just seems like pieces until suddenly you put it together, and then it's real. It's your wedding gown. And I still remember trying it on for the very first time. And I'm sure it's amazing when you try on a wedding gown for the first time in a dress, in a salon. But when you actually made it and you try this thing on for the first time and you spin around in it, and then it falls off because you made it wrong, it still feels awesome. And then there was the surprise, doing the alterations and actually learning how to custom fit it for my body. It was amazing. So getting all these different moments on video are just so special. If you're not crazy and making your own wedding gown, there's still moments that you would want to capture from your gown, like the alterations. Like literally do the spin when you first try on the dress, but then also with each alteration. And be forewarned, you're gonna have a weight change right before your wedding, so be prepared. Like for me, it was nerves, and I just kind of lost all kinds of crazy weight right before the wedding. So you wind up, the dress that fit 3 weeks earlier, all of a sudden you have to take in again, and it's crazy fun and it's stressful, and all these moments just add up to the most amazing wedding. And you think you're gonna remember it later, but getting video of these little moments is gonna mean so much in the years to come. So think about your own moments for your wedding and let me know, leave some comments below on what you would like to see me teach in a future installment of key wedding moments to capture from your wedding.